Feminism might sound like a scary word. Maybe it sounds complicated or political. Well, feminism is a political issue, but it doesn't have to be a scary one. Put simply, feminism is the social and political movement that wants to change how people view universal rights.
Despite what some people think, feminism is not about giving women more rights than men. In fact, feminism is the belief that men and women are equal and should be treated equally in global politics and global society.
Political feminism in the UK started with the idea that men and women should have the same rights to things like owning a house or the right to vote. In 1832, a woman called Mary Smith wrote a letter to Parliament. She wanted unmarried women to get the right to vote. Men made all the decisions about women's lives. Women had barely any say in these decisions. Women like Mary Smith wanted to change this.
Groups of women, like the suffragists and the suffragettes, came together and campaigned for the vote. Fun fact, the word suffragist, the word suffragette, both come from the same word, suffrage, meaning to have the right to vote.
When the First World War started in 1914 and men left to fight, the women did more of the jobs at home. This meant they didn't have as much time to campaign. When the war ended in 1918, the effort women had made for the country was rewarded. The Representation of the People Act was passed. Women over 30 and men over 21 could now vote. By 1928, all men and all women over 21 could vote.
So, you might ask, why is feminism still a big deal? Well, not all women got the right to vote this early. In some countries, it was achieved earlier, like in New Zealand. The women there got the vote in 1893. But in other countries, it only happened later. For example, in Mexico, women only got the right to vote in 1953. And in Saudi Arabia, they were waiting until 2015.
The right to vote is also not the only feminist issue. One good example of this is Malala Yousafzai, a young woman from Pakistan. When she was 14, she and 2 other girls were shot. This was just because they were girls who were trying to go to school. Malala was shot in the head, but luckily survived and is now an important activist for universal education. Can you believe that though? 3 girls were shot just because they were trying to go to school.
And this happened only a few years ago, in 2012. But it's not just women that are affected by feminism. Men are also affected by sexism. Sexism is the discrimination of a person because of their gender. While women are often stereotyped to be weak, vulnerable, and full of emotion, men are pressured to be strong, dominant, and to show no emotion. Basically anything that's not feminine. And this pressure is made worse by the media, which shows that a man should be strong and dominant, mainly to look after a woman.
This can be very harmful for men who don't fit this ideal. After all, men feel scared and insecure too. A big part of feminism is trying to stop teaching men to hide their emotions. Men and women, people of any gender, should be able to show how they feel, their emotions, without being laughed at. There are still lots of things that have to change before we can reach an equal society. And feminism wants to change them. Because we should all live in a world where we can be what we want to be without being stopped by things we can't control. For example, gender.
We hope you've learned something about the feminist movement today. What are your experiences with feminism? See you next time.